Hi everyone, it's Marla at Twinstrology. Welcome back. This is a channeled message for the Taurus New Moon. I apologize for not being in the video again. I do like to be in the video because I feel I connect with you all more, but it's just that the messages are coming in so strong right now, and I feel like I have to get them out rather than wait till I can set aside time to be in front of the camera. So bear with me on that. Also, when I do my astrology reports, most of the information is channeled, and I'm using the astrology chart as a tool to tap into my intuitive knowing. And probably more so than most of my recent astrology reports, this one is going to be like much more channeled than straight by the book astrology. I'm just giving you a little bit of a indication of that here, just for those of you that are, could be learning astrology, or you've been studying astrology for a while and you might be like, how is she getting that? This comes through me as channeled information. So the new moon is on May 15th at 7:48 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be at 24 degrees, 36 minutes of Taurus. The Sabian symbol for this is a large, well-kept public park. I have been getting a strong message lately to be outside as much as possible, and I think I've shared that with you several times recently, but this message came through again very strongly a couple days ago, and part of it has to do with the sun and being out in the sunshine. I know my friend Kalina Melnar has been talking about getting out in the sun for many months now, but I had some visitors, some galactic visitors myself the other day, who reiterated this to me, that being out in the sunshine is going to help us with the energy shift that we're going through. So if you can do that, take advantage of it. New moons, of course, bring new beginnings, and this new moon is linked with the string of new moons that we've had this year that is bringing through the new energy and the shift into the new earth. This is obviously such a big shift that it can't be done with one single event. So it's an energy that's building, and I'm sure you all feel it. It's getting pretty strong now. And I'm being shown that the best thing we can do right now is just go with the flow, just ride the wave of this energy. And sometimes you might be up and sometimes you might be down, depending on what's going on. But it's just about doing your best to stay focused on your intentions and stay as balanced as possible. It's good to practice non-attachment right now, especially for the divine feminine energy within all of us, to not get attached to what is going on, because you're going through an initiation process and you're beginning to see things from a different perspective. And this is being shown in the chart by Venus conjunct Pallas Athena here. The feminine energy is going through a rebirth, a whole reawakening process. And part of that is going through this initiation. So for many, you could be facing challenges coming up. You may feel like you're not getting anywhere. You may feel like you're going backwards. There may be obstacles constantly getting put in your path. but don't pay attention to them. Just know that there's a shift coming, and what you're trying to manifest is coming. I've already seen that it's already there. I wrote a message about this on Saturday. The old timelines have dropped away. What you're trying to manifest is there. It's just not in your 3D reality as of yet. So how the universe is going to bring this to you, you don't know. So you might face obstacles and challenges, and you may feel like you're not moving forward. As I said, this is for the divine feminine in all of us. So even if you're a male or you resonate as the divine masculine, you could also be going through this energy with certain aspects of your life. And it's about just trusting in your knowing, and just riding the wave, the ups and the downs, and doing your best to stay as balanced as possible. I was shown that there's no need for us to really put any more manifestation energy into things like union, because union is already here. And many of you, this message is this message won't be for everyone, okay? Because like if you just met your twin 3 months ago, okay, you're still going to have a healing process to go through. But those twins that have been on this journey for a long time, and you've done a lot of your healing, you're reaching that state of inner union. And when you reach that state of inner union, you know that union is already here. Okay, that means it's already manifested. It's just not fully present in your reality, but it's only a matter of time before it happens. So I'm not going to talk about waves or dates or anything. I'm going to leave it up to each of you to know whether that message resonates with you or not. And if it doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It just means that you still got some healing to do before it does resonate with you, because this is where we're all going eventually. So with the Beltane energy, it's brought a lot of balance. And many of us, reached balance earlier in the year. But as I said, there's been some ups and downs. But now balance is once again being attained within. So it's just a matter of time before the energy becomes reality. And we have to stay in our knowing and not get triggered by things that are going on around us. An interesting aspect that we have going on is the asteroid Patientia, which represents patience, is opposing Saturn, which is Father Time. And it's Saturn that's going to help you manifest anything in 3D reality. So the message clearly is that we have to have patience right now. The energy of Taurus. Okay, one of the main symbols that I think about when I think about the Taurus energy is the Empress. That is the energy of manifestation, of creativity, of unconditional love. And so this new moon is bringing in this energy of Venus and beauty, being at peace. In fact, let me read the goddess card that I drew for this new moon. It's Amaterasu, and her message. Remember, Amaterasu is the goddess of the sun. So again, we get that message about the sun. As I said, go out and be in the sunshine. So the meaning of this card is Amaterasu is here to tell you to bask in the radiance of your own beauty. Do you know your unique beauty, or do you feel you can't be beautiful because you don't look like a model or movie star? Are you in your crone years and feel that age is ugly? Perhaps you're afraid to express your beauty, afraid that you will attract unwanted energies. Amaterasu says that all women possess the light of the feminine, and that light is beauty. She advises you to let go of your preconceptions about what beauty is and allow your beauty to be. Wholeness is nurtured when we celebrate all our aspects, and being feminine means that we are beautiful. Well, even though that card is geared toward the feminine energy, this is a message for all. And this is from the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Now, Amaterasu is holding a mirror here. And this is another energy that I'm picking up, is that we're picking up on this Venus energy. We're seeing our own beauty. The Empress is also about pleasure, and we're ready now. The divine feminine, especially the divine feminine in all of us, is beginning to see our own beauty, where before we were looking in a mirror and our twin was reflecting back to us our beauty. So we were giving all our energy to our twin. Finally, it's beginning to sink in for many of you. Hey, that beauty I see in them is really the beauty in me. And I need to appreciate my own beauty. And I'm ready now to accept love and accept pleasure into my life. There's a new sense of having unconditional love for self and ready to throw off any shackles that we might have previously imposed on ourselves and awaken to the world of the senses and pleasure. And why should we be denying ourselves that energy? For some of you, this might have taken the energy of, waiting for your twin, or waiting for something outside of yourself. And as we come into union and balance, we no longer have to wait for something outside of ourselves, because everything is already within. So we have this newfound energy to experience joy, and there's a lightness that is part of our rebirthing process. For the divine masculine, we've got this interesting conjunction of asteroids here. Horus, Merlin, Union, and Wake, which is indicating to me the depth of the awakening of the divine masculine energies within us all. And coming into the energy of union, bringing that union within. These have some interesting Sabian symbols too. So Horus is conjunct Merlin. Okay, this is the magician energy, the high priest energy, the energy of the masculine being able to manifest their reality, and also being able to see beyond the veil, right? Horus is our awakened third eye. And there on the Sabian symbol, an old man is attempting, with a degree of success unsuspected by him, to reveal the mysteries to a motley group. So the Sabian is also affirming for us that there's a new level of knowledge coming in. And it's being driven by an old man. And if we think about, especially the energy of Merlin or some other gods energy. I'm thinking of Odin in particular, who's often seen as like a wise older man. There is this strong masculine energy that is in touch with their intuition, that can receive messages, and that is being given wisdom. Union is on an interesting one as well, which is a symbolic battle between swords, the disciples of might, and torches, the disciples of enlightenment. So the union energy is kind of what's on this, almost a battle between good and evil, although I don't like to, that's very simple, or a battle between light and dark, using the physical power versus using the power of the mind. But it's representing, again, a shift in the union energies. Letting go of anger, the need to be right, the need to be logical, and focusing more on enlightenment. We have Mercury here at 3 degrees of Taurus at the time of the new moon. Now I'm recording this on the 11th, 5/11/11, which is this change to this new beginning, to this new balanced state. And the message that I'm getting from Mercury is that the energy that we were shifting with Mercury retrograde is going to be fully integrated within when Mercury meets up with Uranus. And as of today, I think Mercury is at 27 degrees Aries and Uranus is at 29 degrees Aries. Both of them are our mental energies, our knowing. And so this is awakening and shifting us. It's empowering us to a new level. Uranus, you can see, is at 29 degrees, 59 minutes at the time of the new moon of Aries. So 1 minute away from being into the energy of Taurus. And I'm going to do a separate video about Uranus and Taurus and what that's going to mean for all of us. But we're integrating. So think about what was going on for you during Mercury retrograde. And that's shifting that energy for you fully. It's integrated it now. We have the asteroid Logos, which some might see as Christ consciousness, or it's our ability to understand the orderly working of the universe that I want to say is beyond our knowing, but it's just our connection to this higher source energy. We could see it as representing our knowing and our connection to the divine. And it's been on this area for many years. It's a very slow-moving asteroid. But why I'm bringing it up today is because it's now opposing Chiron. And Logos is in retrograde. So it's going to be traveling back to, I believe, 1 degrees Libra. And these are all very important Sabian symbols. Right now it's on Libra 4, and the Sabian is a group of young people sit in spiritual communion around a campfire. These Sabians that it'll be traveling on have to do with what I see as bringing in the new earth. Like, this is talking about oneness, being in spiritual communion with another, seeing no level of separation. And it's being grounded here and manifested through the Chiron energy. What it's doing is it's raising our consciousness, basically, because both of those asteroids have to do with our rising consciousness and our understanding of the universal energies. And we have Vesta in a square to both of them, so it's forming a T square. And so this is helping us with our balance as well, our balance of the masculine and feminine, and our mission and our dedication to our path. We have a trine going on between the asteroid Karma, the North Node in Leo, and Juno in Aries. Okay, this is a really interesting one. And it has a lot to do with the karmic partners, because the masculine energy within all of us is now going into another layer of shifting and clearing in regards to the karmic partner. There's like a release of karma here, and that the release through the asteroid Karma, which is in retrograde, is pushing us more towards the correct path, our soul's path. And again, this will be a message for if it resonates with you, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. But old paradigm relationships have to fall away at some point, because as we raise our vibration, as our frequency raises, if your partner is not raising their frequency as well, it's just not going to work. You just cannot be on the same page. And so we've been talking about this shift in karmic relationships for a while, but this is also an energy that continues to build and continues to come to a head. The Sabian symbol that karma is on right now is in the left section of an archaic temple. A lamp burns in a container shaped like a human body. So the Sabian itself also has to do with light workers, increasing our light, the light body, enlightenment, illumination. It's in the left section of a temple. The left side is the feminine side. It could have to do with sexuality too, and a message that I'm getting around the masculine energy for some is that as they go through their awakening process, and they've been going through Kundalini awakenings as well, and their hearts are opening more, and as that happens, the desire for sex without a fully open heart is becoming more and more difficult. It's like for some of them, they can no longer relate to that 3D sexual energy of manipulation or sex without a heart connection. And for some of them, they might be having a problem in that, their hearts are beginning to open, but they're still afraid of something. And you might be witnessing this within your life or with your twin. Let me see if I can put it into words here. Well, you might notice that they're trying to open up, and they'll get to a certain point, and then they close the door on it. It's like they want to, but then they're triggered into their fear, and they have to disconnect. Now, remember, for the masculine to reconnect to their heart, it's a process. It's not something that's going to happen overnight. So if that's happening in your life, take heart. But as it relates to the sexual energy, again, they might, um, even with their sacred partner, they may have a problem opening up sexually because they're in this shift to a heart centered, sacred view of sexuality. And perhaps their heart wants to go there, but their mind is not yet capable of going there, if that makes sense. They're not quite ready to fully open up in their vulnerability in many respects. So there's a shift of energy going on in the sexual energy. Again, even if you're a female, this might apply to you as well. But it's likely that that is affecting the karmic relationships too, because they can't just skate on that superficial relationship anymore. So they're working on healing it so that they can let go of that relationship. They're getting more in tune with true love, okay, which is the energy of the Empress coming in. And another energy that's coming in for me is the energy of the Nine of Pentacles, okay, which is another card that represents Taurus energy to me. And it's about being safe and secure on your own. Now, Taurus represents the energy of what I have. You know, it's our material possessions, what we've accumulated, our financial wealth, what we value, and what we possess, both materially, but also what we possess of value within ourselves. What are our skills and abilities? What are the things that we hold dear? But it's an energy that's, more centered on the self. And so that I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles because that is a card that represents being independent, having your own financial security, being safe and comfortable within your own values, knowing your worth, and ultimately being okay being alone. And I'm picking that up with these karmic partners because this is the shift that we're all going through, where we're safe and secure in ourselves. We don't need the codependency anymore. We can love ourselves first and then let go by extension of that which doesn't serve us anymore. And that's going on for the masculine and feminine. Boundaries right now is a big issue for both the masculine and the feminine. It's a strong message that I've been getting when I'm working with people. And for the masculine, I feel it's more about protecting their energy fields. Okay, for many of them, they're going to be setting boundaries with their karmic partner because we're in this shift of manifestation and we can no longer let people drag our energy down. So set boundaries with those that are not in the same vibration as you at this time. Or at the very least, limit your exposure to that vibration. For some of the divine feminine energy, you may have to set boundaries with your twin flame as well. Or your twin flame may feel like they have to set boundaries with you if they're in the masculine. And don't be triggered by that, okay? Just see that as part of the process. A lot of times we work quicker on our own. But what I'm picking up with the divine feminine is that if you're still in this space of letting your divine partner walk all over you, take advantage of you, if they're hurting you and you're not setting any boundaries, then you need to set boundaries. Because energetically, they will trigger you over and over again until you set those boundaries. because they're trying to get you to own your power. And that's exactly what is going on with the masculine as well. They're trying to take back their power. They're releasing the karmic patterns, the ancient karmic patterns of giving away power to this karmic partner. And the karmic partners of twins are all intertwined. So it's not just them and their karmic. Like, you have connections to their karmic, they have connections to your karmic. Okay, we're in oneness, there is no separation. I feel the divine masculine as well. They are connecting more with people that are helping guide them. They're developing a network to help them shift through this energy, which is great. The asteroid union is opposing Jupiter, and they're both making a square to Ceres. So we have a T square going here. And the Jupiter energy, of course, is expanding the energy of union, but it's also bringing in the energy of shadow integration that Jupiter's been helping us with for a while. And Jupiter's retrograde, so we're definitely still doing this soul integration work. And it's helping us then come to this position of unconditional love, which is represented by Ceres. The asteroid loving is also opposing karma in retrograde. And the Sabian symbol for loving is a roused striker surround a factory, which speaks to me about unrest and taking back your power, which I feel is connected to the karmic energy. Okay, again, it's going back to clearing these old karmic patterns and beginning to pull your power away from these karmic people. Even if you are not with a partner, even if you've divorced or separated from your karmic partner, you could still be dealing with this energy if you still have cores and attachments that haven't fully been cleared. Even if it's just like their mental energy is still affecting you, like they've undermined your own empowerment or self-worth in some way. Okay, then you'll still be working with this. So I think that's all the messages that I have, other than to just reiterate to go with the flow. Remember that you're in this manifestation process, and try to keep your words and your thoughts under control. With Mercury joining up with Uranus, this is a real opportunity for us to shift, and it's also grounding the changes that we've made over these last I don't know for sure exactly, but I think it's 7 years that Uranus has been in Aries, and we've undergone a total transformation of who we are. You know, we've changed our essence. We've become more authentic and more empowered, and we're ready to shift now into this new energy of Taurus. The Sabian symbol for Mercury at the new moon is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, which is an indication to me that we are shifting the mental patterns. For those of you that have a real struggle with shifting your mental patterns because you may have have had this very ingrained within you. You might want to try affirmations, and some people think affirmations are hokey, but in my opinion, they really do work. You might want to check out the book You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And if you go on YouTube, you can find videos of Louise Hay reading some of her affirmations. And there's also a gentleman named Steve Nobel, who many of you are probably familiar with his work. He does amazing meditations, and he also does affirmation videos. So you may want to check him out on Facebook or YouTube. And if you can put on headphones and you can listen to these affirmations daily while you're just, doing your work, making dinner or doing housework or something, this really can, I feel, retrain your brain to let go of the negative patterns. So just ride the wave. Don't let too much trigger you. Just stay in your knowing, stay in your power, and it's going to be a very good shift for us all. So I'll be doing a video as well soon on Uranus going into Taurus, as well as a video that I'm doing in collaboration with a friend talking about these energy shifts, and a tarot reading as well. So thanks so much for listening, and we'll speak again soon.